Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is CeeChronicles. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're coming here for the first time, my content is mostly fragrance reviews and fashion and lifestyle videos. So I do hope you consider subscribing before you leave. I also want to acknowledge my returning subscribers. I'm back here with a fragrance review video for you. I came across Afro leather by Maison Alhambra, and this is not a sponsored video. So I just thought I should say that. Okay, Afro leather by Maison Alhambra. And this is the packaging. Now we're back to copying everything. If you remember, we are right back at copying everything. Okay, I am gonna put no, I'm not gonna put the bottle side by side. It's just not fair. Okay, I am going to talk about this fragrance today, Afro leather. I'm going to spray it on this piece of paper, and then I'll let you know what I perceive. This is going to be your masculine fragrance, by the way. However, you can wear it, if you like those kind of heavy masculine scents. Okay, so Alhambra's Afro leather. When I sprayed this was not a blind buy. When I sprayed this, I sprayed it on a tester paper and I walked out. The opening of this fragrance, guys, is so strong that I wasn't quite sure whether I'd done the right thing. But of course, the price was nothing. So sprayed it on a piece of paper, decided to buy it, walked out, started smelling the piece of paper. Okay, so it is one of those fragrances that starts off really loud. Okay, I don't have the actual notes for this, but I'm going to tell you straight off, it does have some leather and some oud that you can smell off the cuff. And then there's a lot of spiciness going on there, which could be black pepper, I don't know, maybe some cumin, because this one of course is inspired by Memo's I've forgotten the Memo one. Okay, I haven't sniffed that one, so I'm not going to try and say I'm comparing the two. I'm just talking about this one in its own capacity. Okay, it's got a lot of patchouli as well. I do feel a lot of patchouli, smell a lot of patchouli as well. Aromatic, warm and spicy is what you expect. Woodsy, a bit smoky, leathery, very masculine. Okay, it's got that niche vibe, really unusual smelling. Okay, so unusual. I would not recommend this as a blind buy unless you know the person you're buying for, if you know your nose. Okay, this is gonna be one of those that are really quite sophisticated. Okay, so yeah, it is reminiscent of the African bush. That is what you get. It will remind you of the wild. That is definitely what you get. Trees, animals, that wildlife, that sort of thing. So definitely the picture there, it is befitting. Okay, so if you've been to safaris and stuff like that, this will be reminiscent of what, it will take you to that kind of setting. You will definitely have that trigger within your mind that it's got that African bush kind of vibe going on, with it. Okay. However, this, like I said, it's got a very loud opening, but it did surprise me because it became that going once, going twice, gone kind of fragrance. Okay, so after that loud bam, which I was expecting, wow, it just quickly dries down into it quickly settles down into like an almost fresh, almost green camphor-like vibe. Okay, something here really reminds me of camphor. If you've used camphor, I'm talking about the body lotion and whatever. Okay, it does have that menthol camphor kind of vibe. That is what you get. Okay, so this is why I said it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. It really medicinal. Okay, really medicinal. Feels like an African concoction that you would drink for flu. If you're an African child like myself, okay, when you got flu, there were these concoctions that they'll mix together. I'll try and put the name of it here. They'll just put them together. Sometimes they'll get you to steam yourself with them or drink them as a tea or something. Kind of reminds me of that. Really, woodsy, really bushy. Okay, so that is what to expect. But it does scream creativity, though. It is really creative. Okay, so it's not going to be one of those traditional fragrances you smelled before, in as much as it's super spicy, it's got that greenness, it's really unique, very different. Okay, and like I said, I'm not comparing it with what it's cloning, because I don't have that Memo one, but it's definitely, I know it's cloning that because obviously the bottle, everything, they've copied the lot. Okay, I think it's African, is it African leather by Memo or something? That is what they're trying to interpret here. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about this in its own capacity. Okay, the leather is really prominent, so really gives me like a, kind of suit. It's going to be your suit and tie kind of fragrance. I don't see somebody being okay with wearing this casually at home. It does give those serious business vibe kind of things. It gives me off, that really like a suit and tie kind of event. That is what I get with this kind of thing, but definitely masculine. Women can pull this as long as they are okay with smelling like that, that really bushy kind of smell, wilderness kind of thing. I don't know. It's just really, really African wild kind of thing. But more, if I'm to bring it home closer to you, if you've used camphor before or something that's got menthol, is going to remind you of this. It really does have that, it quickly settles down to that, and it quickly gets, kind of subtle. Okay. The subtleness for me is not the sort that makes me love this fragrance. No, I still don't like or dig this fragrance. As a female, my nose, I just, I feel it's a fragrance that I may have to wear layering with something else. Whether or not I'll keep this, no, I'm not going to keep this. I'll definitely have to pass it on. But it is quite a complicated scent. Okay, it is quite a complicated scent. It's really loud to a point that I was scared this was going to choke the life of me. And then quickly settles down. Within 30 minutes, it settles down to a point where you really need to kind of dig your nose into it. But as you dig your nose into it, you get that kind of, that spicy, camphory, leathery kind of thing, medicinal kind of thing. But it's really not something that I personally, would want to wear. Okay. And it's not, it does not have, because I did try to look up Memo's African leather, I think that's what it's called, and every review said it has beast mode. This does not give me beast mode at all. This gives me some harshness to it, really strong vibes to it that quickly die down, but it doesn't give me beast mode. It's gone in about, I'd say, it's not completely gone. It's there, like the kind of remnants of it are there for about maybe 4 hours or so, but it just keeps, it kind of like fades and fades and fades, that sort of thing. But yeah, if you walked in a shop and you sprayed this is going to give you like a woo kind of thing, because the opening is quite loud, but it doesn't hold up. So in as much as I don't have the side-by-side comparison with the original, I think this one is kind of lacking, a little bit, but there's some creativity to it. This is perfumery done in a different way. I personally am not going to keep it. I also have to think of who I can gift this, because this is quite a sophisticated one, that sort of thing. It's not even the sort that I'd say I want to spray my curtains with it, because even, that kind of scent around the house might be something that I need to be up for. It's not this sort of, kind of, pretty kind of scent, that kind of thing. It's got that greenness, that herbal thing going on, which is so thick that you either love it or you just can't stand it. CeeChronicles is my name. Thank you so much for joining me today. I was talking about Afro leather by Maison Alhambra. Okay, whether or not you need it will depend on what you feel about what I just said. Please turn on post notifications if you haven't turned on post notifications. Like this video if you like it, share it if you want to share it, and remember, smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.